Today I have some bad news for the Cycle players. Despite only having been released for about a year, game developer Yager has announced that it will be shutting down the Cycle Frontier on September 27th, ceasing all operations and online services for good. The Cycle Frontier was released into early access back in 2019, before fully launching on June 8th, 2022. The Cycle Frontier is a first-person shooter extraction game with similar traits to games like Marauders and Escape from Tarkov. Although the game's sci-fi take on the extraction shooter genre was fresh and new at the time, players' numbers fell significantly in the recent months, and interest in the game began to decline rapidly. In an emotional announcement, game developer Yager revealed their official decision to shut down the Cycle in September of 2023 because it simply can't afford to keep the game running, saying, quote, "Despite our best efforts and meaningful improvements brought to the game since launch, and up until the release of Season 3, the reality is that the Cycle Frontier is unfortunately not financially viable." Yager further detailed that the game had suffered from an influx of cheaters in which they struggled to deal with, and by the time it had finally been able to import anti-cheat mechanics, most of the community had already fled the game. Even despite that, Yager pushed on with the Cycle, with releases of new seasons and updates, but still failing to pull in a sustainable and consistent player base. Here's some recent statistics of the Cycle to help put this decline into perspective. On Twitch TV, the Cycle's viewership fell from a peak of a more than 99,000 viewer average when the game went live, and dwindling down to just an average of over 400 viewers in the past few months. On Steam charts, the Cycle's all-time peak went from just over 40,000 players to just above 2,000 players in the past few months, and even dropping upon Yager's announcement to shut down the game permanently. Although most games obviously do decline from their all-time peaks and initial launches, being a free-to-play game with such low numbers didn't help. As a reaction, the decline hurt the Cycle Frontier beyond repair. Moving forward, the Cycle bundles and Aurum packs, which are the Cycle's main form of premium currency on Steam, will not be available for purchase, but the game will remain open for installation and play until September 27, 2023. There will be a continuation of special offers in the in-game store, which will be greatly discounted, and for any players logging in over the next 3 months, the Fortuna Pass, which is the Cycle's Season and Battle Pass, will be free to obtain. I personally just have under 100 hours of time played in the Cycle Frontier, and I found the game enjoyable for the most part. The graphics were amazing, and the game mechanics were new to me as I've never played an extraction shooter prior to it. By no means was the Cycle Frontier perfect in my eyes, but it certainly hasn't been a failure of a game. It was always something fun to load up and venture off to on a run, and just enjoy the thrill and suspense of possibly running into other players while killing aliens on a rather large map. I believe that had the Cycle released on consoles, both Xbox and PlayStation, it might have had more success, as the closest thing to an extraction shooter and Tarkov-like game available on console is Call of Duty's DMZ and Vigor. Vigor? Vigor. I don't know. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this announcement and if you've played or still are currently playing the Cycle Frontier. I'd love to hear your feedback. Also, don't forget to like the video and consider subscribing to the channel for more game updates, and I'll see you guys on the next video.